What is up, my beautiful glamazons, and welcome back to our channel. Today's video is going to be the much requested 2 under 2 nighttime routine. Most of you guys know we did have our princess Mila last year right after Christmas, so we have recently been dubbed parents of 2 under 2. Lord help us. So this is how our night times usually go, just particularly with the babies. A silver lining with this quarantine and being home all the time is that we have been cooking here at home, which can be a lot. So to make it easier, I will always have the sink full of clean soapy water, and I'll just kind of wash dishes as I'm going, so that way there's not so much after our meal. I'm always stuck doing the sides. David always wants to take care of like the main portion, so I'm gonna take care of some sides, make a little broccoli. Meanwhile, this is Ezra's movie time, so he will watch either Moana or Coco. Those are his favorites. Right now it's Coco, so he'll just sit there and watch the movie. Meanwhile, Mila, she just is so chill, you guys. She's so happy and smiley, so she'll just hang out on her boppy. And of course, Ezra will get a little wild in there, okay? Don't get me wrong. But this is what the kids are doing usually when we're trying to make dinner. Here's David's 90-second rice. He wanted to show y'all because, you know, we ain't got time like that. So we try to do something as simple as possible, but then he does need to, like, kind of think about it.
It's 90-second rice, my love.
I don't know, I was just thinking about how to open it.
Okay.
And this is why I am always doing the sides. This is specifically why. Now it's time for a little dancey dance. Usually when we are making dinner, I'm listening to my podcast and I'll just kind of come up to him and we'll start playing around, have a little makeout sesh while the kids are, you know, preoccupied, you know what I'm saying? Of course, the tornado doesn't stay in the living room. He will come into the kitchen and do his laps around our island. He's so funny. He will run around and around. And when he's hungry, he will let us know by literally grabbing his high chair and pulling it out of its spot to let us know that he's ready for Papa. So this is the time that I will stop my podcast and it's time to eat dinner. He will eat dinner with the rest of us. You know, I like all of us just being a family around the table. This bib, you guys, is a lifesaver. It has the pocket in the front so it can catch any falling food. We're super affectionate, so there's a bunch of kisses and hugs going on. This is our gourmet meal. Okay, we have a little steak, a little rice, a little broccoli action. Okay, Ezra eats some of what we eat, maybe like some pasta, some easier stuff for him to eat, but he always has dinner with us. Cut to David's favorite activity in the world, which is doing dishes. And yes, me and Mila do our rounds. We make sure he's doing it right.
You're supervising me for it.
My poor husband, he's got like butterfingers. Look, he be like dropping stuff, accidentally burning himself with the hot water. Meanwhile, I have been trying to teach Ezra how to put away his toys. Sometimes he'll just put them on. He takes the toys out, but we really have been trying to teach him to like clean up after himself. But usually I will have to go behind him and try to like clean up as much as I can. Look, he will stand there and look at me and watch me pick up his stuff and not try to help. We do try to have him put away some of his toys. He's really getting the hang of it, but if he doesn't feel like doing it, he'll fight us on it. And you guys, the minute a ball is found, cleanup time no longer exists, and they just start playing ball and catch and playing around. So once dinner and cleanup is done, we take some time to just hang out with the kids, watch movies. Sometimes we'll play games, do flashcards. But if we're watching movies, it's always animated. David and I, we can't watch our favorite shows until all the babies are put down to sleep. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know the parent life. So we'll just hang out, and then this is Mila's feeding time for dinner, so that way, you know, she's going to bed on a full stomach. Now this part right here is crucial, you guys. It's time for Ezra's oatmeal right before bed. I've been working with him on not having his hands in his mouth, so instead I'll give him a teether that's been in the freezer because I hate that. That is such a bad habit that he has. So anyways, all right, so now on to a very important step in the night, which is Ezra's oatmeal time. This part right here is crucial for everyone to have a good night's sleep. Ezra can and will sleep through the night, but only if he has his oatmeal right before bed. So it's just Quaker oats, girl, the quick 1-minute oats, nothing fancy. I have already gotten really good at eyeballing the oats and milk ratio, so it takes some trial and error, but you know, this is about how much he eats per night before bed. So I'll go ahead and put that in a pot and start heating that up. While it is cooking, I will actually take this time to sanitize our counters, especially right now. So I'll do a cap full of bleach into some water and our sink, dip our kitchen rag in there, and just start desanitizing our kitchen counters. This is super quick for me to do. I've actually been doing this since I was a little girl. My grandma and my mom were super big on clean counters, and they always used to tell me, if you don't clean your counters and you have crumbs everywhere, you will get roaches, or you'll get like, you know, little insects that can like sense the food a mile away and stuff like that. So like I've always been really big on cleaning our counters. In the middle of me cleaning, I'll go ahead and stop the oats from cooking and take them off the fire and let them cool down a little bit in their own little bowl. So Ezra will eat his oatmeal. He'll kind of get a little impatient while I cool it down because it does get really hot, obviously. I mean, look at him. Look, his little fingers, he's like, hurry up. If you want to cut down the cool down time, just put a little bit, like a little piece of an ice cube in there and stir it around. Don't do too much though, because then it'll get watery. But Ezra loves his oatmeal time, okay? Like, he will eat every single bite. He does not have an issue with it. He's just my growing boy. He's got a big appetite. This is what keeps him asleep longer. So we were transitioning him out of, using bottles, and this really helped, because if he does not have this, he will wake up in the middle of the night hungry, because he used to have a bottle right before bed. He's just used to feeling really full. Ever since we introduced this into his routine, he has been sleeping from like 9:30 at night until 8 in the morning, you guys. Like, he sleeps the whole night through. Yes. Meanwhile, Miss Mila is in her favorite place on God's green earth, which is her daddy's arms. She is finishing up her bottle. So David and I, like everything else, we just kind of exchange back and forth. So his night with Mila is tonight, and so therefore I will take care of Ezra, and then it'll be vice versa the next day, and so on and so forth. So like I said, Ezra does not have any issue finishing all of his oatmeal, and it's so cute because we have been really trying to work with him on communicating and letting us know when he's done, when he's full. And so we tell him to say "ba," like done, and he'll like put his hands up in the air to let us know that he's not hungry anymore. And now it is time for Mimi, my cutie patootie. So right after oatmeal time, he knows that it's time for Mimi, so he has to go say goodnight to his dad and everybody and give goodnight kisses. He cannot go to sleep without kissing daddy. He gives daddy kisses, he gives sister kisses, he gives mommy kisses, and then he'll go upstairs and find Julian and give him kisses. Now it's time for me to pick out his pajamas because it's bath time. This is such a crucial step as well to make sure that he has a good night's sleep. It just relaxes him. It's just a warm bath, and he can kind of, play in there and wear himself out. So we have a lot of fun with bath time while he's playing with his bath toys. I will sit there and shampoo his hair, and I have so much fun, you guys. I will be putting his hair in all kinds of like crazy hairstyles, making him look like an ice cream cone. I'll put like little spikes in his hair. I have so much fun. The only thing with Ezra is that he does not splash normally, okay? He will like do big splashes. So he puts his arms above his head and he'll hold it there and leaving me in anticipation, okay? And then he'll just splash one hard good time, and it just like goes everywhere. So I have to be quick with it and make sure that I have the plastic out whenever he does that. Otherwise, I'm gonna be soaked by the end of this. Oh, my smart baby. So now it's on to brushing his teeth. He already knows the routine. That's why he's reaching for it. So he actually loves his teeth being brushed, but he loves brushing his teeth on his own. So sometimes I have to fight with him because I need to brush his teeth first to make sure I do it right, and then he can go ahead and take over. Now it's time for Ezra to finally have his toothbrush. He'll take over, and look, you guys, he'll try to put the toothpaste on himself. He really thinks that he's grown, okay? At this point, I just dry off his hair, and this little part right here is actually really crucial for me. Neither one of my babies have ever had ear infections, thank God, and I really think that this part has helped with that. There are these little baby Q-tips. They're like specifically designed to not go too far in the ear, because you're not supposed to like put them inside. You're just supposed to like dab up any excess water in like the little part of their ear and in the crevices, so I'll make sure that his ears are nice and dry. Then I go in with this curl defining cream. I just found this, you guys. I didn't even know that Johnson's had this, but it's like a little baby curl defining cream, and it's a leave-in conditioner. So I'll put this in his hair, and the next morning his curls are all luxurious, girl. I love it. Now it's time to put his toothbrush and toothpaste away. Again, we've just been trying to teach him to put away his things so that he can help out. And then it's off to his room to get him ready for Mimi. So, of course, I have to get him all dressed in his pajamas and get a nighttime pamper on him. I like using nighttime pampers specifically because they are more absorbent and he doesn't leak through his pampers in the middle of the night. And this part, again, everything that I do with my kids is to make sure that they sleep through the night. So a good rub down with some some lotion. You guys, I straight up be giving them like the works, like a spa treatment, okay? Because when they're really relaxed, you rub their little feet and stuff, they will stay asleep for longer. I've noticed that with my kids, so I take my time when it comes to like putting lotion on them at the end of the night. Now, Ezra is doing really well this evening, but don't get me wrong, okay? It's not always this easy. He'll be like jumping around and trying to grab for things. And this evening, he was fine while I was dressing him. But look, the minute I'm done, he'll walk around his room like just looking for something to get into. Look, he's just trying to look for something he ain't supposed to touch. Now it's time for Mimi time. We put on his elephant. He has his best friend in there. His name is Trunks. Ezra is off to sleep. Now on to Mila's nighttime routine. Again, this is David's night to get her ready for bed. So we either go in just putting her in the bath, but tonight we are going to be giving her a sponge bath. And she's just such a smiley baby, you guys. She won't cry or anything. She'll just like make these crazy faces, but she's just so fun and easy. And the only time she gets fussy is when she's hungry or she's tired, and she's also been teething really bad. We give her a nice rub down with lotion. We get her into a fresh onesie, and then it's off to Mimi land. So that is our nighttime routine with 2 Under 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you did, and please don't forget to subscribe. We'd love to have you a part of our glam fam. Have a good night, be safe, and be healthy. We'll see you guys very soon in our next video. Peace out.